Hi, Mark here. Trust you're well. Welcome to this recording of a live micro learning session where we looked into the narrative of keyword management. It's recorded on Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, and most weeks I host these live events. If you'd like to come and join us, just visit lightroommark.com/eventbrite and you'll see my Lightroom support community, and you'll also see Lightroom Shorts, which are 30-minute skills-based micro-learning sessions. If you have a question, please leave it in the comment, give me a like, or even consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. So without any further ado, let's jump across to the recording. Good evening, everybody. In this week's live Lightroom short, this micro learning session, we're going to look at managing our keywords. Not applying them to images, although we'll probably touch on it slightly, but managing our keywords, how to organize them, what are keywords, and using keyword sets along with your keyword lists. So would anybody like to describe what a keyword is?
A reference to an image.
Yeah. Jay, do you want to?
Yeah, I think a keyword is connecting a narrative. It's really, I think, to start building a narrative to your images.
Okay, so some part of the, so firstly, IPTC. That is the information that we give to our media. So that's title, description, GPS, the author, headline, because IPTC is a trans media system. So it comes from journalism, it comes from page making, it comes from videography, photography, and it is going into audio as well. These names of categories or names of fields or tags have different meanings with different industries. So a description is usually a few lines of text about an image. A title might be the title of the image, but a headline in the newspaper industry is the headline of the article that you're going to read. And the title of the picture may be different from the headline. So that's why we have those different fields. Keywords or tags, if you are coming from different industries, are a way of referencing the image so you can find the image. Okay, so you could put the word beach on an image or in your keyword structure, and you can search for all your images of beaches or beach in coastline. And half the, I call it game in inverted commas, is trying to, if you're selling images, to get in the buyer's mind, how are they going to search for your image? So if you've got a picture of a beach at sunset, they might put wave, sunset, coastline, sunset, beach, sunrise, sunset, sunrise, looks similar. So a lot of keywords can be duplicated by narrative, but by different words. And having a filing system is quite important in organizing your keywords, and that's what tonight's all about. So let's jump into Classic. Okay, so this is my training catalog, lots of images in here, but I have deliberately deleted the keyword list. Now, to start with, there's two types of list. There's the standard keyword list, which is a whole long list of keywords. So we'll start with that. So as I talked about a beach, I'm just going to put the word beach in. These little tick boxes here. Do you want to apply it to an image, which is this one here? Do I want to export the image? Because you don't have to export the keyword, and I'll show you why, etc. And we put the word beach. but some other people might say it's coastline. So you put coastline. And some people might say wave. Some people might say ocean. Some people might say sea. They are all similar words. And if your image is going into the public domain, you have to think, what would people search on? So if we just take this image very, very quickly, it's a seagull. There is probably a technical name for a seagull. No idea what it is. It's a female seagull, I believe. But we've got beach, we've got wall, and people will search for the particular keyword, okay, on an image. Now, managing these in a list can be quite prolonged in the time, because if you can imagine, just there's 5 words about a beach. We haven't yet got to sandy, rocky, pebbles, shingle, haven't got to any of those, breakwater, all the different words, cliff. We haven't got to any of those yet in describing a beach. Now, why would you use all those words? Well, they're different types of beaches. And you might want to look for a beach with sand. You might want to look for, as in this image, there's grass on the beach. That's what you're looking for. And we need to put that in Classic, and I say that specifically, we need to put these descriptive words as keywords in some form of filing system. Now, as default, it's alphanumerical. So B at the top, W at the bottom. But you can see, if I start adding keywords, I'm going to have a massive, great big long list. If I've got 250 keywords, this will just go down 250. But what we can do to speed up, we can type in the keyword at the top, and we can then just click and drag it onto our image. Or if we have an active image, like I have in this case, I can just tick the box by the side. So there's a quick way of finding a keyword. So this is keywords in a standard list. But there's also another type of list that we can use, which is hierarchical. What that means is you group keywords together by however you wish to do it. Let's say narrative. It could be by place. It could be by people. It could be by, in this case, I've got birds, location, whatever you wish to do. It is your filing system. Now, the filing system is different to your keywords. Okay, so we have to create some form of structure. We have to make some form of decisions to start with. So we could say these are spaces. A space to me is different than a place. A place is a name. London, New York, Washington, Chicago, Vancouver, Hawaii. They're places. A space is something that would be in the majority of those places. So I would have a beach at Dunkirk. I would have a beach at Medway. I would have a beach at New York, for example, or if there's a beach on the island in Manhattan or anything like that. So a place is different to a space. So how I keyword is I would put these into a little group. So I'm going to call it space. But it's a title. It's a title of a group of keywords. You could capitalize the whole keyword name so you know it's a title. In my case, I just capitalized the first word. And I want to untick all these boxes. Why? Because I do not want my title to my list to be included on the keyword. So now I'm going to organize it by saying, right, okay, I've now got space. What type of spaces? how could I organize my spaces? Well, we could say, we could put in there coastline. And again, I'm putting in it in a capital first letter, and I'm going to put it inside. So I've ticked the next box down here in space. So now I'm creating this hierarchical system. So all my keywords now that relate to coastline, I'm going to drag and drop into the little folder or little list called coastline. And I could keep adding. So I could add sand. Okay, and I'm going to tick those because I want sand to be included. Put it into coastline. Okay, so it appears here. And then I'll click on coastline again. I'm going to put the next one in there. So I've got grass on this one. So I'm going to put grass. Make sure they're ticks. I want it to be exported and I want to put it in coastline. So I'm creating this. So I'm managing my keywords. Now I could have a place. Okay, so let's start a list. Call it place. I'm going to untick everything. I want it at the top of my list. It's P, capital P, because for me, that is telling me it's a title of a list. So I've now got place. So now I'm going to put some places in there, and I could put lots of different sub lists or subcategories. So I could put USA, Canada, UK, England, France, Europe, France, and break it down. But for this purpose, I'm just going to write in some places. So I've put in there Minehead, and I'm going to drag. Now you can see it's gone in the wrong place where I'm filing things. All I have to do is drag and drop. So I'm clicking on the word Minehead or the place Minehead, and I'm dragging it, click and hold and drag, and I can move these around. Okay. So the great thing about wherever your keywords are, you can drag them and put them in other places. So if I wanted to, I could put in there UK, take off all the boxes, going to put it into places. And now I could say, right, take this Minehead one, and I want to organize them a little bit, drill down a little bit more, micro organizing them. It does not affect the keyword on the image. This is, I'm organizing, I'm managing my keywords. Okay. So if I wanted to put keywords on this image, okay, it's quite simple. Let's just make it a little bit bigger so I can see it in the group. I can just drag them across, and I could drag the beach one across, and I could drag the grass one across. Now, if I expand the keywording box, you see we've got them all. Now, it says Minehead Beach, grass. Okay, they're individual keywords. When you search for a keyword, let's click on this image, text, keywords, you've got this option here. And we want to contain all the, so Minehead Beach. And it will come up with those two words, all words containing Minehead Beach, all images containing all words of Minehead Beach. Now, what's great about that is, and this is where a lot of people get run away with their keywording, is if you start putting in Minehead Beach as one keyword, so I'll do that for you. Okay, so to demonstrate it, Minehead Beach, okay, as a keyword, okay, you can very, very quickly have Brighton Beach, Eastbourne Beach, Portsmouth Beach, Southampton Beach. Yeah, the list is endless. But by doing it this way, so I'm just going to delete that Minehead Beach one, I'm adding two keywords together. I'm using the word beach, so I've only got one beach in the whole of my keywording, and I've only got Minehead once in the whole of my keywording. And by using contains all, it will only show me Minehead Beach. It's containing both keywords in a phrase. Okay, so I'm managing my lists, I'm managing how I apply them, and then I'm coming back with the images. Okay, it's a very simple way of making small lists. And again, if I type in Minehead at the top, it will come up. Okay, so I don't have to scroll down millions of keywords. It's all there in a list. Now, this is where it gets really, really clever, and lots of people don't use this. We've got keyword sets. What is a keyword set? Well, it's a very quick way of applying keywords that, I could sit here and type Minehead and drag it across to an image. Yes. And then I'll sit there and go, right, I want one of a beach now. So I type in the word beach and, oh my God, this is, it takes ages to do that. Well, what keyword sets does, it allows you to build a narrative. So let's say you photograph lots of birds, but there are keywords that are loosely associated with a breed of bird and perhaps at a wildlife centre. So, for example, you might go to a wildlife centre in Yellowstone Park. There might be, some birds or animals that you photograph there. You could have a set of 9 keywords that relate to that place, that narrative of photography. So, how do we do that? So we have to edit a set first. We have to choose a set and edit a set. And we can put in here whatever we want. So beach. And what it's doing, it's actually, as I type, it's looking up the keywords. So you can see it's coming up. Now, this is why I put a capital letter at the beginning. I've got coastline twice. Coastline as a title, which is here in my keywords underneath spaces. And then I've got coastline as the keyword, and I want the bottom one as my keyword. I don't want to use the title. So I've got that, and we'll put in there wave. Okay, so I've now created this. It's only 4, but I can put 9, and you can create multiple. If I click here, you can see that I've got several here, birds 2, etc. So I'm now going to save as a new preset list, Minehead Beach. Okay, so we're going to change the list. So now you can see in the drop down, I've got this Minehead Beach. Now, instead of coming here and finding the keywords, as long as I've got the keywords, I can sit there and go, right, there's an image. I'll click on Minehead, click on beach. I'm not going to click on coastline, not going to click on wave. Oh, actually, I'll click on coastline. So this is like a small narrative of the keywords in this list. So it's very quick in applying the keywords to the images. And again, if I wanted to, I could select multiple images. So this is my active image, which is slightly lighter. And then the other images are slightly darker. And I could sit there and go Minehead, beach, coastline. And these 4 images will have beach, coastline, Minehead, beach, coastline, Minehead, beach, coastline, Minehead. And what is really, really powerful is if I go create a smart collection and call it Minehead Beach, and then go to other metadata, keywords, contains all, and we go Minehead Beach, press return, and there is all the images that have got keywords of Minehead Beach in them. Now, if I take off the word beach off that image, I've deselected the image, or deselected the keyword, sorry, off the image, it comes out this smart collection. If I go back to the actual folder where it is, there we go, there's an image. There's some more images here. So this is Minehead Beach, this is Minehead Beach, this is Minehead Beach. So I've got all these active images, Minehead, Minehead Beach, Minehead Coastline. Now, if I go back to that smart collection, they're now in that smart collection. And as I add them, they appear in that smart collection. Now, if I wanted to look at a particular image for a date or something like that, because I've got in my smart collections, I might have 20,000 images in this Minehead Beach. I could now start applying things like attributes. So show me my picked images, show me them in date. So I'll come to my metadata, show me the date, September. There's the 2 images that have got keywords of Minehead Beach that were taken in September, September the 24th. So it's a very, very powerful way of tagging images with the narrative and then finding them very quickly, even on import. And there we go, managing keywords. What is important is to work out a filing structure. That's really important. How are you going to group them together? And it's okay to get it wrong to start with, because you can just drag the keywords into the new place. Or if you wanted to add a new sub list, a hierarchical new sub list. So you've got, let's say, places, UK, and then you start putting in names of cities, and all of a sudden the list is gone, like this. Well, you could put the county in and then drag the keywords into the county. So you've now got smaller little lists. Okay. It doesn't affect the keyword because, it doesn't affect the image because you have not ticked the export box, those 3 top boxes on the keyword listing. So it's only the last keyword. The lowercase keyword is the bit that applies to the image. Okay. So has anyone any questions about that? Right. Anyone got anything they want to add to it? Add to what have I missed? Teach me something, because only a fool knows it all. And I've been doing this 12 years now, and I learn every single day. And I like listening to how people use keywords.
It is case sensitive.
Yep.
So, right.
Yep. The keywords. So it's, for me, as I said, I capped on the titles of my hierarchical keyword lists. I capitalize the first letter, so I know it's a title. Okay. But you could capitalize the whole word, and you could obviously put numbers in there as well. And whole of classic is numerical alpha or order. So it will start with 1 to 0, and then it will go A to Z. So if you want things in particular orders, you start with 1 and then A, 1 and then B, 1 and then C, and they'll put them in that order. Or it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they'll be in that order in a list. Smart collections will always appear first, and then a collection will appear after it, irrespective of how you name and number it. But if you want your keywords in a particular order, then use numbering at the start of your title. So let's say you do a lot of wildlife photography and you want wildlife at the top of your list rather than W down the bottom. You'd put 1 space wildlife or 1 hyphen space wildlife, or whatever you want to do, and it would appear right at the top of the list.
One tip I often get tripped up on, it's really good to do 0, 1. Because if you're going to have more than, once you get to 10, it gets mixed up.
Yep.
So 0, 1 is 0, 2 is always good.
Yeah. And remember, there's different needs for keywording. So for me, it's about finding them myself, but also other people when I make them public. But for some of you, I'm looking at one particular person here, they only want to find them themselves. So no, I wasn't thinking of you, Jay. but yeah, they only want to find them themselves. So identifying a practice, a model that they empathize with. Now, we are, as human beings, date and time We're drilled into that. And most of us go to work on a Monday, finish on a Friday, start at 9, finish at 5. So the date and time system works, and most of us can identify with a space and a place. So we haven't got to relearn anything, rethink anything. It's there as our own instinct. So, and that's actually how Classic works on that basis. So, thinking of, well, I was looking for a picture of an otter in Mull. Well, otters, wildlife. I think it's a mammal, and then I'd put otters in that list, and then Mull, I would have places, Scotland, islands. Mull's an island, and put the word Mull in there. So I know where to look for a keyword if I need to look for a keyword or search for a keyword. So, and that's all you might need to put on your keywords. Mull, where it is, and it's a picture of an otter. Because with other metadata, attributes, for example, you can quickly find picked image, star, rated image, color label, when it was taken, what lens you used. So, oh, I've got this picture in my mind. I was on Mull. I took it with the 600 f4 with the Z9. You can use all that data that's in Classic to go from 20,000 images to 2 images in a few seconds using that searching data. So you might not need to put loads of keywords. You might not just put 3 or 4 so you can find them. But identifying what's the 3 or 4 that you want to use. So rabbits and hare, 2 different types. Are they mammals? I think they are. They're 2 different types. You might want to identify between the 2. Yeah. And then you might want to put in there, what they're actually doing. So the otter might be eating a fish, might be bathing on a rock. So bathing, that's one keyword. Rock is another keyword, because you can use rock for coastline. You can use it somewhere else. Don't replicate it. Yeah, bathing, you could use that as a holiday picture. People on the sunny beach bathing. Yeah, or somebody having a bath, bathing. Yeah, so you can use those keywords again, but you use them in conjunction with other keywords to make your keyword that's relevant for that image. And there we go, keywording.
Can I I have a particular problem, and I want to see. We have a cabin up in the mountains, so I tend to think of cabin as the area. So I would make cabin as a title, but then their picture is about the actual cabin itself. So I would make that with a small c, cabin. Then there are like 3 lakes, so I would give the name of the lakes. And that would be another sort of title, the lakes. But then there's hiking to the lakes. So how would I structure the keywords for that?
There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's the way that you understand how your brain works. So for me, I would put cabin in a place, because there could be a cabin over there, there could be a cabin there. You might go on holiday and stay in another cabin. I don't want to repeat using the word cabin. I only want it once. So I would have cabin in a space, and where the cabin is in a place. And same with the lakes. I would make a list, lakes, where they are in the place, and then I bring those 2 together. So hiking is a narrative, and underneath that narrative, you might have activity. So I know you do a lot of cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have activities, and you have, hiking, jogging, shopping, washing the car, whatever. And you might put car in a different one, but washing in that one. So you list the activities, and then you build the keywords together. And
so
then
essentially you generalize I tend to be very specific. I want to do the keywords around
Hmm.
the cabin and the High Sierra, but
Yep.
you're saying I should really generalize.
Okay, so I'm not telling
No,
you,
no,
but
you're suggesting.
from my
You're
experience,
suggesting.
I
Yeah.
I got to a point that my keywords were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of keywords, and it was Cornish beach, Devon beach, and I looked at beach and I went, I've got 57 beaches, and then I've got the same place, but something else, high street, shopping. So I've now got 57 Plymouth High Street, Plymouth Beach, Plymouth Boulevard, Plymouth Esplanade. Well, I've got a whole this long list of all the things that are generic in this one list,
Uh,
just for Plymouth. And then I've got exactly the same thing in another list for Bristol. So I'm sitting there going 3,000 keywords or whatever it was later. It's got to be a better way of doing that. So I've got Esplanade, shopping, high street, and so they're all single spaces. And then I have another list called places. So I've got all the towns. So railway station, I've got station once. I can use station. I've got railway is one keyword. Station is another keyword. And then the place is another keyword because I could use the station for bus station or coach station or bicycle station or whatever I want to do. I'm not repeating the keyword of station.
I think I see it. When I'm building keywords, I'm thinking of a particular image,
Hmm.
and then that sort of replicates the keywords. So what
Okay.
you're saying is you could have a short list of keywords, but then in the images, you could have 3,000 images with those keywords.
Yeah.
So you're using that keyword 3,000 times, but you don't have it in the list
Okay.
3,000 times.
So
So,
let's look at it at writing a sentence or writing a
right,
page on a book or writing a journal, whatever. How many times do you use the word and? How many times the word he? How many times you use the? How many times? Yeah,
huge.
it's the same word. You just use it in a different place at a different, and that's the workflow that I adopted. Yeah. We're
Yeah,
using you're
right.
using and then you build up your key words. They could be a phrase, so that's two words. Right? You're building it up from your ingredients, as we talk on a Monday night, ingredients a lot. I'm building up the keywords to make log cabin, wherever it was, and the lake and so on, etc.
Right,
Barbecue, brisket,
right.
smokery. They're all key because you might have is it called a smokery, isn't it? The barbecue things.
Yeah,
Smoke,
that's close.
yeah,
Okay,
smokery, whatever it's called. You could have one at home. So why have the keyword twice?
right.
Yeah.
I
So
think I
so
get it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's little lists of single word descriptive words, breaking them up into little lists, and then using that descriptive word on the image in each of the little lists that you got. So space, place, narratives. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I do as a part of my practice, I do a lot of conflict photography. So where two a juxtaposition of two stories and bullets and bombs, war is a part of the landscape. So the World War II, I could sit there and write 3,000 locations with the word World War II in it. Well, I've only got World War II once in my
Right.
keyword list, and I just click on it, boom, and that's it, and it's applied. So the key thing is to use keyword sets. So if you photograph a lot of bicycles, a lot of pictures at the cabin, you could have family cabin. So and you've got 9 keywords in there that are relevant to that story, that narrative. So the cabin where it is, and your wife and your daughter and so on, etc.
Right.
So you're not searching for all those keywords. And then you might have another keyword set for a similar narrative at the cabin. Yeah. So you
Yes.
use the cabin, winter, sunset, and so on,
Right.
etc. And you build up the little keyword set. So you command or control click and select the actual images, and then just go click on the keywords and they're applied. So that's the way that I feel that keywording should be done in conjunction with smart collections. Then use your library filter bar. Smart collection is looking at the narrative that you're interested in. Minehead Beach. There they all are. Show me all my picked images that I like. All the ones I've liked, I've culled, picked. Or it could be I want to cull a load of images. Culling is pick, rejecting, unflagged. Show me all the pictures, Minehead Beach, that are not culled, so they're unflagged. There they all are. So now I can go pick and reject, pick and X, pick, reject, P and X, pick and reject, and go through them all. Like that, don't like that, like that, don't like that, like that, don't like that. And they're all done. I can cull round about 1,000 images an hour. You have a filter on and you just pick it. Do I like that? Yes. Do I like? And it's the first phase of going through the images. Do I like it? Don't I? Which one do I prefer? And I use it in the grid view with large thumbnails. I can see the next one coming up. And yeah, I like that one. No, I don't like that one. Yes, I like that one. No, I don't like that one. Yes, I like that. And it's literally as quick as that. Oh, that's a better image. Right. So those 5 go. I press X on those 5 and P on that one. Using a smart collection with attributes and keywords. So there we go. Anyone, any questions? Have you found it helpful?
Mark, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
If I have children and there's a group of them, like my daughter and her husband, my other daughter and her boyfriend, would I start the collection as people and then go down to family and then to the individual person? And then I could have friends of another type if I have just friends for people, but people would be the main one?
Okay, so keywording them, you do it in Face ID because you could have multiple people in the image.
Okay.
And Face ID, so that's pressing O on your keyboard, it scans. Classic will scan all your images in the location you've asked it to scan. That could be in a collection, that could be in a folder, could be in your root parent folder. It will scan them all and show you all the faces. And then you start in the main screen in the middle, you start telling them who people are.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if I can. I don't think I've got many people in here, so let's just go there. Let's hide this. So here we go. So here I start telling who people are. So okay, so I'm just typing in the box, pressing return. Okay, so I'm just telling them who they are, and it's telling the face. Okay.
Okay.
It's telling the face. Lightroom Classic knows who this is. Okay. It's just telling the face. It's keywording the face, not the image. Now, if I come to the keyword list, you'll start seeing them in here. Okay. So now if you click on people, it tells you they're people. So now you might want to organize them. See, I want to change that and put as a lowercase c into categories of people. So family, capital F, because that's going to be a title. And I do not want to export it. So I'm going to go create. And then I'm going to go photography, friends. And I don't want to export it, go create. So because it's not a person, I've had to go back to the all. And now I'm going to drag these two and put them in family friends, photography friends. And then Joe, Basil, Okay. Raj. Yeah, I've made a mistake, so I can change it to a lowercase. Okay. Now, put that into photography friends. So now I've got two lists: friend, family, photography. You might have business friends. I've got academic students, academic colleagues, because I'm an academic. I've got business colleagues. I've got family friends. I've got family. I've got photography friends, and they're in little groups. So now, when you start looking, so let's see if we've got any similar pictures. There's Basil. There's Basil again. Have we got any more Basil? All I have to do, and Classic will start learning. So I'll just drag. Hopefully it will take to the top. No, it's not going to do it. It's too far down. Let's see if I can go a bit further. No, it's not. It won't take me. Can I get Basil? I might just be able to get him there. There I can. There we go. So it's now put him on Basil. Now, the great thing about keywords at the end, so if I just go G, go back to grid, at the end of all your keywords, it's got the number of keywords. It's got a little arrow. Click on the arrow. It'll take you to the 4 pictures with Basil in them. And you can do that with any keyword. So if I go to places and go to Minehead, click on that. Doesn't matter where they are. It will go to the 10 images in this case that have got Minehead on them.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the way I would do it.
Thank you.
That's right. Anyone else? Any questions before we go? No? Okay, so I will put this recording together tomorrow and it will be up on my YouTube channel, Lightroom Mark. If you'd like to know more about me, I've been doing this 12 years. Just visit lightroommark.com. On a Monday evening, we have a support community, which is a paid event where we look at a task for about an hour. And then the second hour is you've got a question, you've got a problem. How can I do this? Am I doing this the right way? And the floor is open to whatever you wish to do. So have a nice evening or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Take care all. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.